Welcome to Pilates with Jen. Today we have a full body workout working on our flexibility, working to open up our hips, our spine, our shoulders, and just a really feel good workout, just strengthening and flexing the body just to relieve all that tension that you may have. So what our setup is going to be today, we don't need any props at all today. The only thing that I ask is that if you use your reformer geared out, like into gear 2 or 3, I just need you to have that reformer in gear bar 1. It will make the program a little bit easier for you to reach. The other thing, if your reformer is low to the ground, just go ahead and put your box on top of the reformer and you do everything we do on the box. We are going to be starting on 1 blue spring. So once you are ready to relieve that tension, stretch that body, and increase flexibility, grab your reformer and meet me there. So once you're ready, we're going to have our foot bar all the way down as low as you can get it down to the ground. And then from here, we'll have 1 blue spring on. Remember that gear bar needs to be closed all the way in. So from here, once you're ready, I'm going to have you step into the well. Your handles can be pushed back. We will pick them up later. All right, so our shoulders are back and down. We're finding our feet hip distance apart. Go ahead, bring those shoulders down, draw those out, and tuck that tailbone ever so slightly. And from here, we're going to go ahead and lift our arms up towards the clouds. Take a big inhale, exhale, bring those arms down. So again, just moving our body, increasing, working on our strength and our flexibility. And when we work on flexibility, it usually leads to deep stretching, which helps relieve tension. Just keep lifting those arms up, opening up those lungs. Down. Last 2 here, bring the arms up, soft bend in the knee. And down. This will be your last one. When your arms come up to the top, just hold your arms up there. And from here, I want you to slowly go ahead, roll yourself down. Now you may have to adjust yourself, move back or shimmy back or front. Just bring your hands to those shoulder blocks. If you have pegs, by all means, go ahead, grab onto those pegs. So from here, I want you just to go ahead and find your flat back here. Hands are resting gently on those shoulder blocks. We're going to bend the elbows, soft bends in the knee, pull the carriage back with that flat back. Squeeze the wrist to the waistline and resist it back. So really think about squeezing those scapula together down your back and resisting it in, keeping the abs drawn in, just feeling elongating the spine through your tailbone. So really extending long. You can squat down lower, but we're just warming up here. So pulling those arms towards your knees. Last 2. On that last one, when those arms are long, hold it there. From here, we're going to go ahead, we're going to round that spine. We're going to tuck that chin in towards our chest. We're going to draw those abs in, pull that carriage in as you draw those abs deeper up underneath that rib cage. Exhale, extend it out. Keep that back rounded. The arms just come as far as you can extend them. Again, pull in, draw those abs in, round that spine. Exhale it out. So my gaze is trying to look towards my navel. Every time I pull my navel in, my chin comes deeper towards my chest. Let's go for 2 more here. And 1. Go ahead, release those arms. From here, we're going to combine those 2 moves. So find your flat back first. From here, pull the carriage in. Now from here, extend that spine, find that round back, release the carriage out. Find that flat back, bend the knees, pull the carriage in, stand those knees up, and release that carriage long into that round back. Think about this movement. As you pull the carriage in, you're bending the knees, coming into a low squat, then standing, rounding the spine, releasing the carriage. Last one in this direction. And one more here. Next time that carriage is long, arms are long, you're going to round that spine. Bring the carriage in. Now drop into that squat. Bend the elbows, straighten the elbows. Round the spine up. Pull the carriage towards your knees. Come into that squat, that straight back. Extend the arms. Round the spine. We'll do two more here. And last one. When you come up to that round spine, just hold it there. From here, the carriage is going to come to a dog. From here, I'm going to keep my right hand on the carriage. I'm going to release my left hand. And from here, I'm going to take my left hand. I'm going to bring it out to the side. I'm going to rotate to the left, try to open up. Bring it back down, rotate my torso back towards the floor. I'm going to do the same thing on the right. I'm going to reach the right arm out to the side, rotate my waist, my torso, bringing it down to center. So we're rotating that waist around the spine, alternating from side to side. Your gaze goes with your hands, with your arm. Last two. One on each side. And one more here. You can bring that hand back to center. Once both hands hit those shoulder blocks, go ahead, draw those abs in. Roll yourself up. Once you stack those shoulders up over that body, reach those arms up over the head. From here, take a gaze up to the clouds. Give yourself a little bit of back extension if it feels good for you. Draw those abs in. Come up to neutral. Bring those arms down and back by your sides. Excellent. From here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to step out of our well. We're going to come over to the foot bar side of our carriage. Now, we're going to stay on one blue spring here. So from here, we just did a lot of pulling. So now we're going to do some pushing instead of pulling. So we're going to add on to it here, though. So from here, as your arms, shoulders are back and down. Now we're going to reach up to the clouds just as we did before. Dive yourself over, bring your hands to that carriage, to each corner of that carriage. And from here, we're going to find our flat back. We're going to extend that carriage out. Now just go as far as you can. Keep your heels down on the ground. Don't allow your heels to come up. And from here, I want you to bend the elbows, bring the carriage in, straighten the elbows to push the carriage out. So again, we're pushing now instead of pulling, using that flat back here, using our arms to push and pull that carriage. We're pushing it away. We're resisting that pull in, keeping those abs drawn in. Your heels are still making contact with that floor. Last two. On this next one, when those arms are long, hold it there. From here, tuck that chin towards your chest. Now coming into that cat position, I want you to draw those abs in. Now I want you to move the carriage with your abdominals. So you're pushing out, the arms are staying straight. You're going out as far as you can keep those heels down. And come in with that round spine. Trying to release that tension through the shoulders, not allowing those shoulders to creep up towards the ears. Last two. Pulling those abs deep to the spine. This is your last one. Come all the way in. Remove your left hand from the carriage. Leave that right hand on. From here, we're going to extend ourselves out just like we did before. And now find that flat back. We're going to bend and press that elbow with one arm. Flat back here. Keep those abs drawn in. Send that bum straight behind you. Last two. Next time that arm is long, hold it there. From here, tuck your chin towards your chest. I want you to round that spine. Now take your right hand, place it over your left hand. Now push the carriage out. We're going to move the carriage in rotation with our abs. So draw the abs in, coming into that cat spine here. Trying to release that tension from your shoulders and push it out. Last two here. On this last one, when you come all the way in, bring that carriage in, take your left hand, place it to the left corner of the carriage. Now from here, you're going to remove the right hand, going in with that flat back again, so extend yourself out. Find that, draw those abs in, find that flat back, send those shoulders back and down, bend and press, move the carriage with the arm. Keep the hand on the knee. You can keep it at the small of your back. You could keep it on the platform. Last two. On this last one, when those arms are long, you're going to drop that chin towards your chest, round that spine. Take that right hand, place it over the left. Now we're going to move that carriage in with our abs. Draw the abs in, look down and up towards that navel. Exhale, push it out. Remember, trying to keep those heels grounded behind us. Last two here. Last one. Slowly come up. You're going to take that right hand, bring it to the right side. We're going to reach down, change our springs, add on one heavy spring, and take off that medium spring, which is that blue spring. Now from here, both hands are on that carriage, all right? We're going to lift. I'm going to start with my right leg. So I'm going to lift my right leg. I'm going to extend it out behind me. Now square your hips out to the floor. From here, you're going to extend the carriage out. Now we're going to bend and press with our arms. So bring it in and press it out. Bend the elbows, extend it out. One more here. Next time those arms are long, hold them there. Now I want you to move the carriage with your abs. So draw up, draw those abs in. Now bring that knee towards your nose and push it away. So reaching long, pulling everything in, extending everything out. Last two. Next time that knee comes in towards your nose, bring that carriage all the way in. Now from here, Slowly try to stand up. Can you balance? And pull your, oh, I can't do it. Pull yourself up on one foot. And now you're going to bring that right foot towards the carriage. I tell you, the older you get, the balance gets worse and worse. All right, so ball of the foot is on the carriage. We are on that one red spring here. Shoulders are back and down, hands are at your hips. From here, once you're ready, you're going to extend that carriage out and resist it in. So you're just bending and pressing with the leg on the floor. Last 3. For 2. Last 1, bring the carriage halfway in. Now from here, I want you to flex and point the foot on the carriage. So for that, it's my right foot. Think about articulating through that ankle. You're still standing up nice and tall. Shoulders are back and down. For 2. Last 1, drop that heel. Now try to keep that carriage where it is. Let's lower and lift the standing leg. For 3. And 2. And 1. Bring that carriage on in. From here, come up into a pigeon stance. And then you can go ahead, extend that foot behind you, and bring your hands to the carriage. All right. From here, when you're ready, leg is behind you. Going to extend the carriage out, same as before. Now we're going to have that flat back here. So hold the carriage out. All I want you to do is open that hip and close that hip. So you're opening the hip, closing the hip, opening the hip, and closing the hip. Now, if you feel comfortable here, you can add that cat-cow to it. So you go out as you open, close, come in, out and open, close and come in. Last 2. Last 1. Bring that carriage all the way in. Slowly bring your foot to the standing platform. Stand yourself up. From here, your right foot now goes onto the carriage. Hands come up to the clouds. You're going to hinge yourself over. From here, your hands can go on the platform. They can go on your knee or they can go on to the carriage. From here, you're going to extend the carriage out and resist it in. Extend the carriage out and resist it in. Extend the carriage out and resist it in. Last 3. For 2. Last 1 here. Slowly bring that carriage in. Slowly hinge yourself on up. From here, grab your balance, keep your hands. We're going to do 5 leg lifts. So arms are by our sides, arms can be by your side. This is my bad hip, so this is extremely difficult for me, but I'm working on it. So from here, when you're ready, you're gonna lift the hip flexor up and drop it down. Lift it up and drop. For 3, 2, squeeze the kneecap to the quad. 1, we're gonna hold this up for 10 seconds. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that foot on down and bring that leg on in. Excellent. Let's go ahead. Just stretch out that leg for a moment. And we are going to go ahead. We are going to switch sides. So let's bring our shoulders back and down. Hands are by our sides. We're going to go ahead, reach our arms up towards the clouds. Now from here, we're going to roll ourselves down. In my case, my left foot is coming behind me here. So left foot is coming behind me. Square your hips on out. Now from here, when you're ready, you're going to extend the carriage out. You're going to bend and press the arms. Keep that hip. Try to close it to the floor. Feel that stretch in the back of your calf. A lot of weight between your pinky toe and your big toe and your heel. Last 2. Next time those arms are long, we're going to round the spine. You can bring the knee in. You round the spine. You bring the knee towards the nose. Extend the arms, extend the legs, draw the abs in, reach long. Inhaling as everything comes to center. Exhaling as I push everything away from my midline. Let's go for 2 more here, please. Next time that knee's towards your nose, slowly bring yourself on in, a little slower than I did. From here, you're slowly going to come up to a standing position and bring your foot to that carriage. Ball of the foot onto the carriage. We're going to go ahead, extend the leg long and bend the leg in. So extend it long and bring it in. Remember, you're standing up nice and tall. Don't lock out this leg you're standing on. Small bend in that knee. Arms can come out to the clouds. They could come behind your head. They could come at your waistline. Of course, anytime you bring anything out further, it makes everything a little bit harder. We'll do 2 more here, please, and then we'll add. Next time that carriage comes in halfway, hold it there, just a little bit away from the stopper, a little less than half. Point and flex the foot on the carriage. Everybody's foot on the carriage may be a little different. Last 2. Next time that foot comes to neutral, hold it there. From here, you're going to point and flex the foot on the floor. Last 3. For 2. And 1. Bring it on down. From here, bring that carriage close. You can bring your foot to the platform. From here, bring the arms up. We're going to go ahead, bend ourselves over, extend that leg behind us. Now, from here, hands are on that carriage. You're going to go ahead, just push that carriage away. Now, just holding that carriage away, holding it under tension, you're going to open up the hip and close it to the ground. Open up the hip, close it to the ground. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Now the arm and the legs. Square it out. Push away, open it to the clouds. Come in, square it down. Push away, open it to the clouds. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it on in. Bring that knee in towards your chest. From here, place that foot on to the platform. Back up into a standing position, shoulders back and down, up nice and tall. All right, so go ahead, bring that my left foot, whatever foot you're working on, bring to that carriage. From here, hands can go to your hips. They can go to the platform. They can stay at your knee. They can come to the carriage mat. You do what works for you. From here, extend the carriage out. Work into that flexibility and bring it in. Extend the carriage out. Really hold for 1 or 2 seconds. Try to get a little bit deeper into it and bring it in. Let's go for 3 more here. On this next one, when you come all the way in, you're going to bring that carriage all the way into the dock. You're going to go ahead and stand yourself up. Hands can come to your hips, out to the sides, whatever works for you. We're coming with those hip flexor lifts. So from here, squeeze the quad, draw those abs in, and lift. And lift. For 3, 2, 1. All right, we're going to hold it for 10. When you're ready, draw those abs in, soft bend in that standing leg, and lift for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down, and you can go ahead and bring those feet on down. So I gear myself. I work with my reformer on gear bar 2. So I'm just going to fix my reformer. Pause me if you need to. Stay on that 1 red spring. And then from here, you're going to go ahead. You're going to lift up your foot bar, but it's going to be at the low position. We still do not need our straps, but from here, we are going to go ahead, lie down on the carriage. All right, so once you have everything set up, we are going to lie down. Make sure that your foot bar is low and that your headrest is down, and you'll see why in a moment. All right, so from here, we're going to come into our bridging segment. Just want to move my mic here. All right, we're in our bridging segment here. And from here, your headrest is down, arms are by your side, your feet are on the platform. We're just going to go ahead. We're going to roll the spine since it's all about flexibility and mobility. So let's go ahead, draw those abs in. I want you to tilt the pelvis towards your nose. Now, please be mindful, this is a light carriage. So watch those hamstrings. Don't worry about moving the carriage. We're just moving the spine here. So just think about drawing those abs in. Go ahead, melt yourself down onto that carriage mat. Find yourself in your neutral spine. Again, draw those abs in. Articulate yourself up. And bring yourself on down. So we're going to go into some semicircle here. I'm going to give you some options. The reason I like to do with my foot bar down is because it gives me a bigger range of motion and I can get deeper into my semicircle. So you can stay here if you're not a big semicircle lover, where you can just go ahead and do your hip rolls. You can also do a modified semicircle where your feet come up on the foot bar. You push yourself out. Once you come out long, you lift yourself up, you bring your knees in, and then you roll yourself down. If that is the version that you're going to do, I would say to add on a blue spring. But for me, I'm going to do the full version of semicircle. So you choose what version you like, but from here, I am going to go ahead and shimmy myself all the way down my carriage until my arms are nice and straight. Now I'm going to find my feet into Pilates V. So this is why I like my foot bar low, because I can get my tailbone down, graze across the springs, and I get feedback. So from here, your arms are long. You're pushing into those shoulder blocks. You're drawing those abs in. We're going to start with articulating down towards the springs. So you're going to articulate yourself down towards the springs. Once you're articulated down, you're going to feel yourself graze over those springs. And then once you're out as far as you can, you're going to articulate yourself up onto those shoulders. Now, pull yourself in. Bring your carriage to the dock. Again, articulate yourself down. Drop those hips as low as your body can stand it. Push yourself out. All about the mobility. Articulate yourself up and bring yourself in. So constantly pushing through those arms into those shoulder blocks. Semicircle is one of my favorite things to do. You will see me do it a lot. I do it a lot in mobility classes, and I do it a lot myself because to me, it keeps the spine mobile. We'll do one more in this direction here. Now, next time you come in, stay up, hips are lifted. You push yourself out with your lips lifted, drop yourself down into the springs. Now watch, bring yourself in, graze the carriage down at the bottom, the springs down at the bottom. Lift yourself up. Do a few more in this direction. Last one here. Roll yourself on up, push yourself on out, roll yourself down, bring yourself all the way into the dock, and then you just kind of pull yourself back up on those shoulder blocks, and your back will come to the carriage mat. All right, if you dropped your shoulder blocks, I need you to go ahead and grab them. I am going to grab mine. And now, did I say shoulder blocks? I meant your straps. Go ahead, grab your straps. And then we are going to go ahead, instead of doing feet and straps here, we're keeping it on that one red spring, and we're going to do thigh and straps. So hopefully your loops are big enough for you to get your legs all the way through. And when you do it with both loops, it's easy to put both legs on together. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to have our legs in tabletop. So as you can see, this is going to be a lot more pull on our quads than it is going to be on our feet. So from here, all I want you to do is I want you to bring your knees over your chest, over your hips, sorry. And I want you to go ahead, bend your knees towards the foot bar or towards the springs and bring them up. So again, we're dipping those toes in towards the well, towards the spring, and pulling them up. Dipping those toes and pulling them in. So you can really feel the difference here of the tension on your quads than on your feet. So it feels Little more taxing on the quads than it does with normal feet and straps. Last two. Last one here. When those feet come back up to table, hold them there. Now from here, I want you to grab your hands, grab your shoulder blocks. You're going to push your shoulder blocks together. From here, you're going to drop your knees towards your left. You're going to feel that left strap loosen. Right strap is going to get tugged. You're going to pull with your abs back to center, drop to the right. Same thing, you're going to feel the right strap get loose, left strap tug on that quad and thigh. Bring it back to center. Really rotating through the spine. Hopefully you get some back cracks here. We'll do one more to each side here. Trying to keep the opposing shoulder down a little bit harder when you have a little tension, but push through those shoulder blocks so you don't fall off the carriage. I think I went one too far. Sorry. Nope, we're good. Back to center here. Now from here, we're going to go around into circles. So I'm going to bring my legs towards the right. I'm going to pull them in towards my knees, bring them towards the left, and push them down towards the foot bar. So coming into circles, little massage in your lower back, stirring those hips in the hip sockets, waist around the spine. We'll go for one more in this direction after this one. Really allow the spine, just let it to be smooth, what feels good for your body. Remember, we're loosening everything up. We're working on stretch and flexibility. Next time you come to the center, let's reverse those circles. So this time I'm dropping towards the right, coming around, and bringing it up. Trying to keep those knees stacked when they come side to side as much as possible. Last two in this direction. Next time you come to center, hold them there. Bring those knees to table. We're going to go into traditional circles now so your arms can come down by your sides. From here, I just want you to open up both hips, bring them out, and circle them together. So push the legs down towards the springs, open out and around. Last two. We're going to reverse them. Next time your toes are down towards the springs, hold them there. Bring your knees up to tabletop. Open them wide, push them down, and bring them together. To table, into the back stretch, open wide, and push them down. Last two in this direction. Next time your legs are in table, spine is in neutral, hold them there. From here, we're going to straighten the legs, bend the legs. Can you bend and straighten without moving the carriage? Woo. Really think about extending through those legs, really squeezing that kneecap to that quad as you extend those legs up high. Last two. Next time those legs are long, hold them there. Now just the right. Extend the right, bend the left, alternate. For 4, 3, 2, if you really feel that, 1. Bring those legs, bring those knees together. From here, go ahead. I want you to bend your knees, touch your chest. Sorry. I want you to extend your legs out. So just normal bend and press here like you would do with feet and straps, but it's on our thighs. Last 4. Next time those legs are long, hold them there. Externally rotate. Let's go into frog. So bend and extend. For 4, 3, last 2 here. Next time those legs are long, flip your feet back into parallel. Bring your knees in towards tabletop. From here, go ahead, butterfly your legs. You can pull your ankles towards your chest. Go ahead and just rock it out and give yourself a bit of a butterfly stretch. Rocking that spine. And then from here, you can slowly go ahead. You can take those straps off. It's easier to do both straps at the same time. And then from here, you can go ahead, drop those straps into the well. We are done with them. We are going to be coming up. From here, we're going to be bringing our foot bars up. All right, we're going to come into mermaid. So from here, my shin is going to be coming up against these shoulder blocks. And I am going to be sitting in a mermaid position facing you. From here, this is going to be my right hand. My right hand is coming to the shoulder blocks. Left hand is reaching long. From here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to extend our arm up over into our mermaid and to our lateral flexion. I want you to hold this lateral flexion here. Let's do 2 more, just like that, getting into that side bend. We did some rotation today. We didn't do a lot of lateral flexion, so let's get some lateral flexion in. And then we know we moved the spine in all directions. All right, from here, while you're in this mermaid here, we're going to go ahead. We're going to rotate our torso. I'm bringing my left hand to the foot bar. I'm sliding my right hand to the center. Now from here, I'm going to extend those arms long. I'm going to bend at the elbow. I'm going to come up into that extension. Really try to press this hip down towards that carriage mat and extend it out. Come all the way in, come into that back extension. Try to press this hip down. Last one here, come up into back extension. Press it down. When you're down there, hold it there. Take your left hand with it, or whatever hand is your outside hand, place it underneath the hand that's in the center of the foot bar, and twist your torso so you look under the armpit of the hand on the foot bar. Take that hand on the wood, bring it underneath. Go ahead, bring it back to the foot bar. You're going to bring yourself up one final time into that extension. Extend yourself out, reach that arm up and over, and come back up into that mermaid sit. Go ahead, tug on to that shoulder block, and go ahead and reach long. Staying on that red spring, we are going to turn. We are going to be facing our foot bar. We're going to find our toes tucked into the shoulder blocks. Now from here, we're going to go into that down stretch. So we're going to start hinged at our knees. Arms are reaching towards the foot bar. Keep those abs drawn in, shoulders are back and down. From here, you're going to hinge yourself up. Then you're going to drive your hips forward. As you're driving your hips forward, you're going to come into that down stretch, which looks like an arc. So come down into that down stretch, reach those arms long. Then you come up into that back extension, just like we did with the mermaids. Come back, bring the knees in, and sit it back. We're going to do 5 more of these. So come up, drop the hips forward, push it away. Look down at the floor, come up for that back extension if you like it. Come in and drive the hips back. Last 4, really opening up through that chest, through that spine, through the glutes. Last 2. And last 1. Bring it on in. When you sit back on your shins, you can go ahead and you can turn to the other side to finish your mermaids. Onto the other side. All right, so now I have my left hand on the foot bar. My right hand is reaching long. I'm going to go ahead, reach my right hand up and over. Trying to come into that lateral flexion, really pushing that foot bar away from me. And bring it on up. Reach on over. We have 2 more just like this. Reach it on up. Last one, this is the one we're going to hold. So go into that lateral flexion, get that stretch. Now I'm going to drop my right hand towards the foot bar, rotate my torso towards the springs. Left hand's more in the center now. Push myself away. I'm going to bend my elbows, lift my chest, try to drive this hip down, come into that back extension, and resist it out. Again, lift it up, resist it out. Last one here. Lift it up. Take all the time you need. Resist it out. Next time you come in, you bring that free hand, that outside hand up and over. You're going to go ahead, dock that carriage in, bring that hand towards the shoulder block, reach up and over. From here, you can bring that arm back to center, and I am just going to turn myself around. And thank you so much for working out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this class. Like always, please like, comment, share, send a suggestion. Appreciate all the comments and feedback I get. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.